As the 2013 football season came to a close, so did the careers of some of the game's greats. In England, Manchester United bade farewell to their longest-serving manager, Sir Alex Ferguson. He bowed out with a sensational 5-5 draw with West Brom.
You'll remember that game. I think anybody who's here in the stadium today will remember that game for years to come. I think that's a good tribute.
In London, Paulo Di Canio was mad, and Andre Villas-Boas was cool, calm and collected. But this didn't help Tottenham in their quest for a Champions League place. Their 1-0 win over Sunderland wasn't enough to secure that coveted 4th place.
It serves as a good reference for us in the future. Achieving 72 points and not making it means that next season to compete at this level we would have to make probably more than that.
Their bitter rivals Arsenal took the spot instead, keeping their remarkable sequence of having qualified for the competition every year since 1999 going. You might not have known it given the celebrations that greeted their 1-0 win at Newcastle, but it was yet another trophyless season for the Gunners.
In the last 3 months, I believe we have been remarkably consistent. We won every away game, and so it's a good springboard for next season.
Elsewhere, Chelsea took the points against Everton, whilst Liverpool rounded off their season with a 1-0 win over Championship-bound QPR. It's been a good year for Norwich, and they capped their season with an amazing 3-2 win over runners-up Manchester City, while West Ham and Fulham came away with 3 points from their last games. As well as QPR, it was farewell to the Premier League for Reading and FA Cup winners Wigan Athletic. Over the channel, and David Beckham hung up his boots after a short stint with Paris Saint-Germain, but a long and glittering career in football.
I always, secretly said to myself that I want to go out at the top. And if you'd have said to me 8 months ago that I'd be playing in the French League, winning the French Cup, winning the league, and finishing like this, I would have probably said absolutely no chance.
Bex decided not to make the trip to Lorient, bowing out at home the week before, but his teammates still secured a 3-1 win to finish their season on a high. PSG already had the title in the bag. Olympique Marseille fans had been hoping for more for their team all season, and once again had to settle for a limp 0-0 draw with Stade Rennais. There were 2-0 wins for Lyon, Nice and Toulouse, and Bordeaux also took 3 points, but it was relegation for Nancy, Troyes and Brest. It's been a wunderbar season for German football, with Bundesliga sides contesting the Champions League final. It was particularly good for Bayern Munich, who walked away with the title in the league's 50th season.
Erstmal innerhalb der Mannschaft ist natürlich kein Thema in Sachen.
We know that we're playing well. It's great to be part of such a strong squad and having such a great season.
In den letzten Monaten präsentiert haben, das wissen wir alle.
We've tried to tighten up across the pitch this season, especially defensively. But there's still a lot we have to play for. We want to win the league and the Champions League as well, so we have to stay focused. It's not so easy. We had a real test against Hoffenheim, so you can't afford to switch off, not at any point.
Dafür arbeiten einfach, das tun wir tagtäglich auf dem Trainingsplatz.
That's what their captain Philipp Lahm thought just before they sealed the title after just 28 games, eventually finishing a whopping 25 points ahead of second-placed Borussia Dortmund, who didn't have a good end to their season, losing to Hoffenheim in the league before losing to Bayern in the Wembley final. Schalke hung on to the final Champions League spot by beating Freiburg. They finished just behind Bayer Leverkusen, who beat Hamburg 1-0 to hang on to third. Nuremberg and Hanover also finished with a win, but it was Auf Wiedersehen from Düsseldorf and Fürth. Down to Italy, and Juventus sealed their second successive title and the 29th in their glittering history, but finished on a limp note with a 3-2 loss at Sampdoria. Napoli fans didn't have anything to cheer about either, losing 2-1 to Roma. Milan, Parma and Cagliari recorded wins, but Bologna and Genoa, and Torino and Catania split the points. Across to Spain, with 1 foot out of the door, Jose Mourinho managed a 4-2 win for Real Madrid against Osasuna, but this didn't help his relationship with the media.
Are you worried with my crisis? I don't think you are. I'm not. And in the end of the press conference, you speak with the guys that write all the stories. I think it's easier for you to understand. Have a good dinner with your colleagues, with the Spanish colleagues, and they will tell you a few stories that they like to write.
Well, if he wasn't bothered, Barcelona certainly weren't. The Catalans were busy racking up their 100th point with a 3-1 win over Malaga as they marched away with the title. Much of the credit must go to Lionel Messi, who won the Golden Boot with an amazing 46 goals in the season, just 4 less than he managed the year before. Atletico Madrid, Granada and Sevilla ended with wins. Real Mallorca also ended with a 4-2 win over Valladolid, but this was not enough to save them from relegation, as they slipped out of La Liga with Deportivo La Coruña and Real Zaragoza, so bringing down the curtain on a thrilling season for European League football.